Hey, there's still time to have a reconnection to remember with somebody that you haven't seen in such a long time because of this COVID stuff. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew at His Radio. Let me give you a number, which you know it already if you listen to His Radio. It's 800-447-7234. But here's the keyword. Text the word reconnection, to 800-447-7234 right now so we can set you up to win a reconnection to remember.
Mark is one of those that said reconnection, and he texted it to that number, 800-447-7234. He said he and his wife have had no time together since before the pandemic began. They homeschool. He pastors full-time, working a full-time second shift job as well. They have not even had a family vacation in over 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. And so it started even before the pandemic, and the pandemic just took it to another level. And they need some time together, probably as a family.
The whole
but
family.
Just them, too. Yeah.
Good for I'm glad that they went in to try to win a reconnection
I do
to remember.
too, because they need it.
They do. I hope you do win too. Yeah. Hey, here's how you do it again. Text the word reconnection to 800-447-7234. That's 800-447-7234. Let's see if we can get you win this reconnection to remember from His Radio. Cinco de Mayo, free food.
Oh, okay.
Chipotle.
Okay.
Free food. So they're giving away like $500 gift cards.
To each person?
Not to each person. So they're going to give away 10 of them on their Instagram today.
That's still really good.
So if you're one of the last ones on their Instagram page before 5:55, the last 5 people that put the word last on there, that's going to be a flurry, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
So they're going to give the last 5 people who comment before 5:55 one of those $500 gift cards.
Wow.
And then they're going to do some trivia stuff. And all week long, they're giving away $500 gift cards. And then they have 50,000 boogers they're giving away for answering 10 questions right on there. The boogers. What buy one, get ones?
That's BOGOs.
Oh.
That's...
So they live in Australia.
Buy one, get one?
Their mom lives, Texas?
Texas, yeah.
So mom lives in Texas. That's a pretty long trip. They thought, okay, December to March. By March, we'll be able to get home. So this is December 2019. You know what happened in March 2020?
Right.
They couldn't get home.
No.
They're still here. They cannot get home. And since they've been here, Andre. I said Andrea, didn't I? Andre, he got sick.
Yeah.
And now they're living in a trailer on their mom's property.
Yeah. It's like a catch-22 because they've been here so long, because he had a recovery process, and they've been here so long. Australia shut its borders to anyone coming in, even its own citizens, because they were trying to nip this COVID thing, right away. Wouldn't let them in. Now they're stuck. Airline prices, because I guess they've opened the borders somewhat, $10,000 for an airline ticket in some cases. So they can't afford it. They've been gone too long. Evidently, there's 40,000 Australians that are stuck.
Around the globe somewhere?
Around the globe,
Man.
can't get back home.
That's crazy.
So they're in this camper. They haven't seen their children. They want to get home. It's something you don't even think about when you're going through everything we've been going through with the pandemic.
And he got sick here, and she's still recovering from that in a trailer.
In a little camper, behind.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine that?
Well, that can't be only Australia. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are stuck
sure.
because of this.
Right.
But for so long, from December 2019 to now, it's half into 2021 now.
Yeah, a year and a half.
We just hit May.
So I'm wondering, what's happening to the house? I hope they didn't have a dog that was being boarded,
Oh,
hopefully,
that's true.
Their kids are taking care of the pets and that kind of thing. But hopefully light at the end of the tunnel as Australia's opened up. Maybe they can get a GoFundMe. I will tell you it elicits a smile, but it will not get you free food no matter what social media says.
Wait, what?
Evidently, there's a rumor going around on social media that if you say "my pleasure" to an employee at Chick-fil-A, that they will give you free food.
My pleasure.
No.
My pleasure.
It's a rumor. It's not happening. Evidently, there's no free item. There's no discount on a meal. Now, I mean, sure, it could happen every now and then, I guess, if somebody checks with a manager or a manager wants to do something special. But I'm saying, as a rule, this is not something that's going to happen at Chick-fil-A. So don't be disappointed if you've seen the rumor and expect it to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it was initially, I think it was a prank on TikTok, and then it spread. And so people are saying my pleasure a lot, which is good. I like that they're saying my pleasure back, but don't expect
It
anything.
can get irritating at times.
Can it?
Oh, come on.
No, I love it.
Come on.
Now, if I go somewhere else and they say my pleasure, I'm like, trying to pull a Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
But
And it's not, I mean, you don't have to own the phrase.
well, no, but
I
it
know
does
they've
seem,
coined it, and now
Yeah.
you say it, you think Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and you expect it, which we should never expect that, but it's very nice. I like it.
You go expecting, if you don't say my pleasure, I'm going to be mad the
I'm
rest
out.
of the day. Lavina's so excited. She's in Salt Lake City. She pops on the plane because she's going to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Getting to see
All right.
family and everything in Hawaii. And then halfway through, her stomach really starts to hurt. She's
Oh,
like,
poor thing. Ugh.
something is horrible. It's bad. I need help. All of a sudden, water breaks.
Dude.
She had no idea she was pregnant.
How?
She had no idea. I mean, she didn't look pregnant. She
Right.
worked out with her sister every day. It's like her sister couldn't tell there was no baby bump or anything. 29 weeks pregnant. Gives birth.
At 29 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Very
Okay.
early
Very
pregnancy.
early, yeah.
And she didn't even know, so there was no care.
Sure.
Whatsoever. There were no appointments. So thankfully there's a doctor on the plane. Thankfully there's somebody that's like MacGyver on the plane because they're thinking, okay, this baby just was born. What do you do? And so somebody used shoelaces on the umbilical cord. Then for baby warmers, they microwaved some of those bottles to keep the baby warm. And then to monitor the heart rate, somebody said, here's my watch. So they took the Apple Watch and put it on the baby, around the chest so that they can monitor the heart rate of the baby with the Apple Watch.
Wow.
Then the EMTs come when they land the plane, bring her to the hospital. She's doing okay. The baby, because at 29 weeks,
a lot
is
of
in the
issues.
NICU right now. Yeah, so well, it looks like everybody's going to be okay.
But I mean, just think of how everybody on that plane had no idea, didn't know each other at all. This happened, it brought everybody instantly together.
Quickly.
I bet, because everybody jumped in to do something. And
Yeah, one young lady posted it on her TikTok because, everybody's phones coming out on the plane, and then she's got like 15 million views.
Wow.
Because she's giving commentary, and you're seeing some of this stuff happen as she's, halfway down the plane, but you even hear the little baby crying in the background.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
29 weeks. I mean, it's scary,
She's
but
super tiny.
wow, man, God was at work there putting that doctor on the
Little
plane.
baby crying in the background.
Oh, so sweet. Scary, but
Super tiny. She moved from what state to what state?
she moved from Oklahoma to Arkansas. Never saw the apartment. She just went online and put down the deposit and all that.
Loved it. The pictures look great. She moves in, figures out a week later, wait a minute. Everybody's over 65 here but me. She's 19. It's like, oh, what did I get myself into? And I'll come to find out, they loved her. They came over, cleaned her house, fed her food, cooked for her all the
Gave her
time.
advice.
Man.
I want to move in over there.
Yeah, I moved into a small little trailer that had a bathroom and a kitchen. That was my first place to live once I got off the streets as a kid. Wow, something else. 800-447-7234. Here's Miranda. What was your first place, Miranda?
Well, I was in my late 20s, and I had just moved out from living with a family, and I really didn't have much of anything. My mattress was on the floor. I had hand-me-down furniture. I was given a microwave and some utensils and stuff like that. So I really didn't have a whole lot, but I was so happy to live on my own. So it was a new and interesting experience for sure.
Who cares about the mattress on the floor?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hey, I had
right?
somewhere to sleep, which, I felt grateful for because I know, there's many people who don't have even a mattress. So, I didn't complain. It was actually a while before I even got a bed frame. It was a lot of fun.
And it was all Miranda's.
That's right. Got a
Start
bed
with
frame.
TJ,
It
one of
was-
our producers. First place you lived, TJ, out of the house.
So the first place I lived when I moved out of my parents' house was in the barracks. Like, I joined the Navy, so right after that I went straight to the barracks, and that's where I lived. And it was nice. Like, just being on my own. I didn't have anything to cook with or anything like that, but just having my own little place, it was nice, and I didn't have to pay for it.
I wonder if it was like my son's. My son, Wes, his first place was the barracks too, but the barracks seemed like it was an apartment to me.
Really?
Yeah, so you have a common area, you have a suite where there's a little kitchen dinette, and then there's the kitchen area and a bathroom. And then there's 2 separate rooms where you have your bed, your huge walk-in closet. The thing was a monster-sized closet. And then that's where they would have their own personal TVs and stuff.
I will tell you that in my mind, living in barracks does not sound like that. Does not. No, I feel like
you're thinking Gomer Pyle.
I am thinking like a Forrest
what
Gump
she's
situation.
thinking.
I'm thinking like rough, like one set of rules to the next.
Mm-hmm. What about you? First place you ever lived? 800-447-7234. What about you, Julie? You're on His Radio.
It was an apartment attached to my parents' house that my grandparents used to live in.
So you were in the mother-in-law apartment.
Well, kinda.
Ooh, I bet you had all the freedom in the world.
But I'm pretty independent, so it was all good.
I want to give you a word so you can text it right away. The word is reconnection. Reconnection. Text that to 800-447-7234. And literally, from His Radio, you could win a reconnection to remember.
And I love seeing the stories come in. Sue said, I would love to see my twin sister and her husband. They just built a house this past year. And later on this month, they're going to be moving from California to Washington State. The only time they've seen each other is if they've had to go to a funeral or a wedding. And she said, you know what? We just need a little mini vacation to reconnect with each other. I got to see my twin sister, my best friend.
You do, don't you? Boy, I hope that happens. It's a reconnection to remember. Just tell us how we can make your reconnection actually happen. A big thank you to Campers Inn RV and Timmons Contracting that's making this available for somebody to win. It might as well be you. So text the word reconnection right now, reconnection, to 800-447-7234. And who knows, you might win that reconnection to remember. Turns out that Kate Middleton and Prince William shared some raw video of their little baby girl that's not a baby girl anymore.
She's not. They just celebrated their 10th anniversary, which, wow, time flies.
What's her name, Dallas?
No, Charlotte.
What? Charlotte. I knew it was a city.
No, it's Princess Charlotte, and she is now, I can't believe it, 6 years old. She's growing up.
I don't know if you know this, but Liz is so into the royal family.
I am so into it. Like, it fascinates me just so much. But she's getting some comparisons to Princess Diana when she was a little girl.
Oh, for real? Looks like her?
I don't see it as much, just a little bit, but they say she carries herself kind of in the same manner. She's 6. I don't know how a 6-year-old really carries herself, but anyway, yeah. But
well, that's neat.
Yeah, I think so. And she's growing up, and I just love watching. These are the cutest kids. You know, Kate and William's kids.
You must have got into that Downtown show.
Downton Abbey?
Yeah, that one.
I did. There's certain parts of it I'm like, fast forward, but yes.
I don't know much about the show except it's downtown.
Well, it's not downtown, it's downton.
Downton?
Downton Abbey. There's no downtown.
Why is there not a downtown in that town?
Well, there is a downtown, and they do visit their downtown from time to time, but this is Downton Abbey.
But what makes the downtown so interesting that make a TV show out of it?
Well, the downtown's not interesting at all. It's the Downton that is actually interesting.
Is that a thing?
Well, it's the castle.
Oh, the castle's called Downtown.
Downton Abbey, no W. Help me school him.
Oh, boy.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I saw news on this, and I thought, what is this, a meal? Kraken?
Oh, a kraken.
Do you know what that is?
Oh, I know exactly. It's some mythical creature or something in the sea.
It's more than that. It's a real thing. It's an octopus.
Oh.
It's a humongous octopus. It's a giant octopus. And yeah, it's been a part of folklore for years because you can't really get your eyes on one and see it. But they've washed up on the beach, after they pass away, and they're humongous. These octopuses, these krakens, they're huge.
I never want to swim
And so
again.
finally got a picture of one the other day.
Who took a picture of a kraken?
Literally. Well, the submarine people who do all this testing.
The researchers.
The researchers, the scientists, they got a picture of one, in its habitat in the deep ocean. And usually they're pretty good at evading cameras. You're like, are they that smart? They know they're getting their picture taken? No, they see the movement, they feel the movement, and their eyes, these are so big. Their eyes are like the size of basketballs. And the octopuses themselves, have you ever seen one wash up on the beach? It's as large as a tractor trailer. They are like 46 feet long.
Wait, hold up. Back up. Just a second. What'd you say? They are what?
Honking huge.
As big as what?
A tractor trailer. As a semi-truck.
So when I'm going down the road this afternoon and there's an 18-wheeler beside me, I need to look over carefully and see the size of it and realize
That's the octopus.
Something in the ocean that big.
That big. But in the deep ocean, where, I mean, you can't swim to it. No, it's okay. The Jaws theme is not going here. They're not going to harm you at all. They're just big.
An octopus as big as an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they finally got a picture of it, outside of it washing up on shore.
Which is super cool.
It is really cool. I mean, and it's in the dark, and so you see it's kind of like, all black, and then the reflection of the light shining off the octopus. It just didn't know it was there. It's all of a sudden like, whoop, and then out of the picture frame real quick.
Literally thought that was just a thing on Scooby-Doo.
No, it's not a thing on Scooby-Doo.
There's a man, he's 79 years old. He and his wife have been married for a long time. And his wife always looked her best, did her hair, did her makeup every day. Well, she's getting to an age where it's really difficult for her to do her hair, especially. She keeps burning herself. So she uses, I burn myself all the time on these wands.
Oh, the what do you call them? The curler things?
Yeah. So it's not like a curling iron. You have to wear a glove for it, if you want to keep yourself safe. But she's been burning herself. She's been kind of messing the makeup up. He went to a local college of hair design near him in his area and asked if the people there, some of the teachers, some of the students, would help him learn how to curl his wife's hair.
Are you kidding me? Really?
He did. And he even learned how to do makeup. One of the ladies there, her name's Carrie, set him up with a mannequin. Put one of these wands or curling irons and actually put him through like she would a student. And when he got the curl just right, she's like, "Good job, you're good to go."
Good for him.
And that's sweet.
No, I'm such a bonehead of a husband at times that I hope I would be like that when we get that age.
Oh, sure.
With my wife.
My husband straightened my hair once when, I had an injury and I couldn't lift my arm in a certain way to do it. And he helped me. Like, he didn't do the whole thing, but he did help me.
How sweet is that?
That's
so
very
great.
Kind, yeah.
That is so great. And that he would go to a hair salon,
a
school like that, just to ask for help.
Yeah, because her looks are very important to her, which is important to him.
We're hearing from Casey at 800-447-7234. You see, Casey wants to enter into the Reconnection to Remember contest that's happening at His Radio. And this is why she wants to.
My son is a U.S. Marine. He is stationed in Okinawa, Japan. It has been 411 days since we have seen him.
Counting the days. Oh, my. What are you going to do when you reconnect?
Well, we're hoping, of course, with him being in Japan, he is beholden to the laws of COVID. He has requested leave in July, the week after the 4th, and so we are just waiting to hear if he is approved for it. Because of COVID, he has racked up almost 2 full months of leave. We are hoping that the approval comes through, but we won't find out until probably a week before he's actually supposed to come home.
Oh, I hope you still win the Reconnection to Remember.
We are too, so just keep us in prayer.
Oh, we're going to be praying. How many days did you say you haven't seen him?
411 days.
That's a lot of days, girl.
I can't even imagine. Wow. They can make that Reconnection to Remember happen. And so can you. Here's how you do it. You can text the word Reconnection to 800-447-7234. Tell us about that relationship, that reconnection that you want to make. His Radio can make it happen.